What's up, guys? I'm Brandon and this is Partly Built, and today we're going to be working on this snowblower. Now it looks rougher than what it is. Basically, I already know what's wrong with it, and all I need to do is replace a fuel line, which I already bought. But after I got tinkering with it, I thought, well, let me go ahead and make a video about it and show exactly why I had to do so much BS just to get to the fuel line. So here's the story. This snowblower I picked up off the side of the road, and it was in such great condition. And the past owner of it, when I was picking it up, basically mentioned that it didn't run, it smoked a lot when it did run, and he didn't know what it needed, so he just wanted me to take it. So I took it home and I cleaned out the carburetor and I changed the oil, and it ran really well. So I gave it to my parents because they have a much larger driveway than I do, and they're older, and this has self-propelled wheels, which is awesome. And it didn't work for them. They couldn't get it running. Well, when I went to go over there to check it out, I realized that it had no gas in it. So what had happened was, when I went to go rebuild the carburetor, the fuel line right here, fuel line right here that was on it was cracked, and I didn't notice it. And when I went to go take it off again to look at it, it was all cracked up just because of old age. So I'm going to be replacing this guy, and just to save time, I went ahead and bought it from AutoZone yesterday. I believe this is a 5/16 inch fuel line, or 7.9 millimeter. Yeah, 5/16. And that does the trick. So all I'm gonna do is replace it, but I'm gonna show you why it looks like this to replace a fuel line. So if you guys didn't know, the fuel line just connects the gas tank to the carburetor, which is right here. And to get to it, you have to basically take this plastic piece off. And this piece is blocked by the handle here. And you can't unscrew the handle without taking the wheels off. Ah, what a design. So to do the work here, you need two bits. You need a 13 millimeter and a 10 millimeter, at least for this model. This is an MTD, or Bolens 22 inch. That should be all the info there. So the 13 millimeter is for the wheels, and the handle screws here. And then the 10 millimeter you'll have to use here. You'll need a wrench. These two here that hold the carburetor in. These two here on the side. And then there's one more on the back. So I'm going to take those off. They're all pretty much started. I'm going to take off this faceplate and expose the carburetor and show you guys. One more thing to note is all these buttons. You might ask, oh, how the hell do I get it off past the buttons? Just make sure you pull them off. You can put them back on later. There's no harm in it, and the key. And now, it's basically completely comes off. It actually takes, oops, whoa, don't lose that. And there's your carburetor. So all I need to do, and I already took off the fuel line, like I said, so I need to put the fuel line here and attach it here. But if you need to get to the carburetor, that's how you get to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch out the new fuel line. I already cut my new section of hose. They're both right here. And I'm going to install it real quick. So if you guys don't have hose clamp pliers, they come in handy. I really recommend. Right. Cool. And that sleeve that fell out, it went right here. It's an insert. Oop. This goes right here. Alright, you see how I got a kink right here on my hose? I actually have to trim this back just a little bit. And then don't forget this hose here, it goes and attaches to this port. Little update, if you cannot get the hose that comes out of the valve cover here that goes out into the air intake, if you can't get that to line up after you put on the cap nuts here, then undo them, pull this face out, and then connect it, or I'm sorry, line it up while you're pushing this face in. That's what I did, and it helped a lot. Made it a lot easier. Okay, now that we have everything important put back, I am going to button it all back together. So this gets tucked into the metal cover. Perfect. Start threading in the screws or the bolts. Always start your bolts by hand. Never force it with a wrench. Now that's all on. Let's be mindful about how we're putting these back on. So as you can see, this has a U shape to it, and so does the choke. The choke metal has the U downward, similar to an N. So we're gonna flip this like this, and it should go right on, no problem. Now for the lever. We see the indicators on the left-hand side, and we see a pointer. So let's point it towards the indicators. Perfect. We have our key. That should be just about it. Now, let's go ahead and install the handles. Now for the wheel, this side is out, this side is inward. And you're going to want to make sure, because this is sprocketed as well, so you're going to want to make sure that these line up. So make sure that this face bottoms out over here. Nice. And just like that, it's all put back together. So I'm going to fill this up with fuel, make sure it doesn't leak, and I'm going to give this back to my parents. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate you guys being a part of my snowblower repair. I hope that it helps you with your next repair. Till next time.